Imagine being a parent who wants the best education possible for your child but isn't sure what support is available. Then you receive an invitation for an IEP meeting where a team of educators and specialists come together to create a plan designed specifically for your child's individual needs. Many people have heard the term of an IEP, but they don't really understand or know what it is or how the process works. Today, I want to explain what an individualized education program or an IEP is, who creates one, and what happens during the process. By the end of my presentation, you'll have a better understanding of how schools develop individualized educational plans for students with disabilities. I chose this topic because I work as a special education assistant and plan to become a special education teacher. I've had the opportunity to observe IEP meetings and see how much planning goes into meeting each student's individual needs. While my experience has helped me understand the process, I also researched reliable sources to make sure the information I'm sharing is accurate. First, I'll explain what an IEP is and who qualifies for one. Next, I'll discuss the people who are involved in creating the IEP. And then finally, I'll explain what happens during an IEP meeting and how the plan is updated over time. Now let's begin looking at what an IEP actually is. An individualized education program, or an IEP, is a legal document developed for students who qualify for special education services under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, also known as the IDEA. It outlines the student's current level of performance, annual goals, accommodations, modifications, and the services that the student will receive. Before a student even receives an IEP, the school conducts an evaluation to determine whether the student even qualifies for special education services. Eligibility is based on specific disability categories identified under federal law and whether the disability affects the student's education. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, about 15% of public school students receive special education services through an IEP. This shows that many students across the country rely on individualized education plans to receive the support that they need. For example, a student with dyslexia may receive extra time on classroom assignments and tests, while a student with autism may receive speech therapy or social skill instruction. Every IEP is different because every student's needs are different. Now that we know what an IEP is, let's look at the people who work together to create one. Creating an IEP is a team effort. Parents or guardians are an important part of the team because they know their child better than anyone else and can share valuable information about their strengths and needs. The team also includes a special education teacher, a general education teacher, and a school administrator or a district representative who has the authority to approve services. Depending on the student's needs, other professionals such as speech, language pathologists, occupational therapists, school psychologists, or physical therapists may also participate. According to the U.S. Department of Education, collaboration between families and school staff is an essential part of developing an effective IEP because each team member contributes different knowledge and perspectives about the student. As someone who has observed several IEP meetings, I've seen how everyone works together to discuss the student's progress, celebrate successes, and develop goals for continued growth. Every person's input helps create a plan that is unique to that student. Now that we've met the members of the IEP team, let's talk about what actually happens during an IEP meeting. An IEP meeting usually begins with a review of the student's current academic performance, strengths, and areas where additional support may be needed. The team discusses assignment results, classroom performance, and any concerns from the teachers or the parents. Next, the team develops measurable annual goals based on the student's individual needs. They also determine accommodations, modifications, and any related services that the student may need, such as speech therapy, occupational therapy, or specialized instruction. Once the meeting is completed, the IEP is implemented by the student's teachers and support staff. The student's progress is monitored throughout the school year, and the team meets at least once a year to review the plan and make any necessary changes. According to special education expert Marilyn Friend and William Bursuck, the IEP is designed to be a living document that changes as the student's educational needs change. Rather than remaining the same each year, it is updated to reflect the student's progress and future goals. As you can see, the IEP process is an ongoing partnership between families and educators. As I come to the end of my presentation, let's review what we've learned. Today, I've explained what an individualized education program is, who participates in creating one, and what happens during the IEP process. While many people hear the term IEP, they don't often realize how much collaboration and planning goes into creating an educational plan that is tailored to one student's needs. The next time you hear someone mention an IEP, I hope you'll understand that it represents much more than paperwork. It is a carefully developed plan created through teamwork to help students receive the educational support that they need to succeed. Thank you.